So I feel like Lexi felt most comfortable working with me, mostly because, her family trust is something that I have worked really hard to protect. So, as far as being comfortable with me and knowing that I have their family's best interest at heart, that's been the biggest thing is really knowing your client and knowing what their needs are and what their concerns are. And the reality for them is, they wanted to protect that trust. They wanted to make sure that everything went smoothly. And I had that, at the forefront of my mind with every house that I showed her, every step of the way. So I connect with my buyers, mostly by observing what things they gravitate to in a home. Buyers will always say, hey, I'm looking for this and this and this and this in a house, but then we go look at those types of houses and they're, what they gravitate towards might be completely different. And so it's my job as their agent to pick up on those little things and pick up on, hey, every time we go into this house, they tend to gravitate towards this one thing and they really like this one thing. But most of the houses that they've picked out didn't have that one thing. So I start sifting through other homes to try to find that one thing that they keep gravitating towards, and then I'll show them those houses, and inevitably it ultimately ends up being those houses because of those little things that they liked. So as far as negotiations go, the one thing that I try to evaluate first is how badly does my buyer want this house and how willing are they to actually walk away from the deal, because I negotiate pretty heavy, I negotiate pretty hard. And so, whenever we're looking at houses, I want to find out, okay, is my buyer willing to actually walk away from this deal if we negotiate too hard? And if the answer is no, then I know to back off those negotiations because we don't want to ask for too much and then lose the deal and things like that, right? We want to make sure that we get the house of their dreams, what they're wanting. But if I do have a buyer that's willing to, ask for the moon and walk away from the deal if they don't get it, well, then I negotiate pretty hard. And so for Lexi, that was definitely one of the cases where if they lost the house, they really liked it, but if they lost it, it wasn't going to be, the end of the world, And so we ended up coming in $100,000 less than the asking price, as well as a bunch of other things in that negotiation. And we ended up getting the deal. The seller is really happy, the buyer is really happy. All around, it was a phenomenal deal, but that's something that I work very, very hard for.